Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the best trading channel on YouTube. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. And guys, we are moving, we are grooving, and we are up over $2,300 this past week, which is awesome, especially taking a little loss earlier this week, able to recover, learn from that mistake and focus on new plays. That's exactly what we did. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys do, hit that like button and subscribe. Do it. Like and subscribe. Also, if you guys want to learn more about swing trading, how to find stocks to swing trade, our strategy, our approach, pretty much everything when it comes with navigating swing trading, check out our school. It's awesome. We have private live streams. We got quizzes, lectures, a group chat. But more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not alerts or anything like that. We teach you how to create a strategy. We teach you how to set up your scanners. So make sure you guys check it out, and you guys can get 20% off by using code YouTube. Use code YouTube. We got one spot left for that code, so click that link, sign up, and guys, let's jump into this here. So this past week here, we made, like I said, a little over $2,300 actually in the past 2 days. Now, one of the main reasons why we made so much money is because we are not scared of sell-off. We saw some sell-off earlier this week, and what did we do? We bought. We bought and bought and bought. You always hear that, that expression, buy low, sell high, right? And so given that some stocks sold off to some lows, to some undervalued points, we see that as opportunity. So we were able to take advantage of that opportunity with some of these stocks here. So let's turn to the computer. Now, we did get in on 3 positions. Let's pull up our trading journal here. So we did get in on 3 positions, which is awesome. And we're up $2,363. So we're in on MA, which is also known as Mastercard. We're in on RYAN. We're in on VU. All of these are absolutely fantastic. Now, this is my trading journal. If you don't have a swing trading journal, you're missing out, because what I'm able to do is go to my dashboard and figure out what is working, what strategy is working, right? You guys can see that moving average strategies are by far the best. Breakout, then just sell off opportunity. You guys can see performance by ticker. We got the P&L by the month. So this past month, we're up $3,800, which is astonishing. Our total P&L, our trade performance here, like I said, took a little loss, but we were able to take advantage of that opportunity, learn from it. So if you guys want this, I'll put a link to it down below. It's going to be under trading journal, digital trading journal. All right. So enough with that. Let's talk about stocks. So why did we get in on some of these positions? So let's pull up some moving average lines so you guys can see it a little better here. So, with RYAN here, the main reason we got in is it had this really nice upward trend, right? Trends, in my opinion, are probably one of the most underutilized things that traders don't pay attention to. Honestly, they'll see a stock that is selling off like crazy, and they get in and they go, okay, all right, I'm getting in on a stock that's $5. It went from $100 to $5. How much farther can it go? Well, it can go to zero. It can go to zero. And what you need to do is focus on a stock that has buying pressure behind it, that has volume. So with RYAN and all the stocks that we're going to be talking about today, has this nice upward trend, especially in the past year, which is important. The next thing that I want is support. So support could be a variety of things. It could be an indicator. With this circumstance, we kind of were using this little 200-day moving average line, so this red line, as support. In the past, it's hit it, and we had some good moves. Now, one of the things with moving average lines is you have to be cautious, because if the stock does sell off below them, they do have tendencies of acting as resistance. So you just got to be careful. So one of the things you guys can do is look at the RSI, which is the relative strength index. And this at the time was trading for about a 21. The last time it was trading for a 21 was all the way back in here, right in this area. And what happened? The stock went from 35 to about 39, then to about $41 in a couple of days. So we know, okay, the stock sold off down to an undervalued point, right? It's undervalued on the RSI. It's on that 200-day moving average line. What else do we look for? The next thing that I do is I'm going to look at the earnings. I don't want to hold a stock through an earnings. And I know the earnings here is going to be coming up in about five days. So we'll get out of this position by then. But it's definitely worth noting because holding a stock through an earnings is literally a 50-50 chance of making money. So ideally, you want better odds than that, right, for a successful trader. So with this here, you guys can see that the stock had this general downward trend. If we remove these moving average lines, you guys can see where it hits this trend line, 3 times, and we get sell off each and every time. So this represents obviously a downward trend line. So you don't want to get in this area. You want to get in when that stock breaks up above it. And you can actually see in our, on our Sunday, trading journal video or trading routine video where I set an alert for this stock. We set an alert near and around the $62 mark, and the stock popped up, got in, and the stock has paid off very, very nice. At one point, it was trading for $68 after market. So now we're just keeping our stop loss near and around this like $65 mark. So if it does sell off, we'll just definitely take our profit, move on to other opportunity here. Another stock here that we got in on is Mastercard. A very similar situation. If we look at all this moving average lines, what do we notice? Great upward trend. Instead of selling off to that 200-day moving average line, it sold off down to this blue line, which is the 90-day moving average line. And guys, in our school, we literally teach you how to create scanners to find opportunity on these moving average lines. So don't forget to sign up. You guys can get, 20% off by using code YouTube. But, selling off here to this point was a pretty important spot for the stock because it represented a really undervalued spot for the RSI. And given the stock sold off, quite a bit in such a short amount of time, I definitely think we were going to get a nice little rebound. And that's exactly what happened. The stock then got some traction and some buying pressure today, and it started breaking out. And this is exactly what we wanted, right? Because you can see this general trend line here. We got in preparation of that breakout, and the stock has rallied its way up. Now, from this trade, we're up a couple $100, and you literally can't beat it. All right, the last stock here that we got in on is VU. This is obviously the Vanguard S&P 500. Now, the reason the reason why we got in on this is because we saw the S&P go from, this 550 mark all the way down to this 528 mark. Definitely was a very, very undervalued spot in just such a short amount of time. And so one of the things that I looked at, if we go back to the daily, it was trading where at? It was trading near and around that 90-day moving average line, which acts as support in the past. So we had a really good indication that if it does get some buying pressure, we can take advantage of that. But if it gets selling pressure, what we could do is just buy in at a cheaper price and kind of average down as the stocks or ETF sells off. Because this one here, it's really not about when it will recover. It's more it's not if it will recover, it's more along the lines of when. So as long as you have the account size, which, thankfully I do, I can average in on this trade if it sells off a little bit. And I was very willing to hold this stock or ETF for a while now. And given that we had this nice little breakout, if it squeezes up to 550, maybe we'll take our profit. But this has been an absolute great trade, and I'm very, very excited for all three of these stocks. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And one of the most common questions that I do get asked is broker. What broker do I use? I use Moomoo. I'll put a link to them down below. You guys can get up to 20 free stock just by signing up. So if you guys want to take that first step, to becoming a trader, sign up with Moomoo, check out our school. You won't regret it, but I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.